as a little bit of a brief introduction this afternoon, I am actually at Cofton at Dawlish with one of our good friends, Ken. So we met Ken approximately 5 years ago, just over 5 years ago. We were at South Litchett Manor, just outside of Poole, and it was a chance meeting. We bumped into these guys, and it was in the morning actually. We were heading to Rose Awnings to have an awning sorted for our motorhome, and Ken was walking along with a lot of empty beer bottles.
And somebody threw a beer bottle at me.
so the conversation, I don't know how this conversation actually erupted, but anyway, we started chatting, and we were just on the verge of going on. It ended up being a 5,000 mile trip around Europe. So Ken was like, where are you guys going? We're like, we're going here, there. He said it'd be really good to keep in touch. So that's what we did on Facebook, and we've been mates ever since. And it's been that kind of like road of like motorhome life, stuff like that. But anyway, just recently I've literally come down. Ken is from Congleton in Cheshire, and he loves coming to Dawlish. He loves coming to Devon. He spent last night at Shoulden for his first night. But anyway, I'm diverging a little bit, because the main reason I'm sort of like doing the interview with Ken a little bit is to tell you that Ken has recently, in July, I think it was about July, August, just into August, got rid of his motorhome. So we were sort of, we knew it was kind of on the cards, and we kept sort of saying, Ken, you know, are you doing the right thing? Are you doing the right thing? And anyway, so a few months later, he's been enjoying some still very nice holidays without the motorhome. And we were just sort of saying this afternoon about, I wanted to sort of like do this video to say like how are you finding it, Ken? And you were just saying about how you're kind of like relieved a little bit.
Yeah, we've had motorhomes for 15, 16 years. We've had four vans actually.
Yeah.
We had a couple of Swifts, we had an Auto Trail, and then we had the Armacrado. And we've also had folding campers and trailer tents for 40 years.
Yeah.
So we've been in and around travelling in vans and gone
for a long time. A lot of experience, a lot of like good times,
And we just thought it was time.
Yeah.
We're getting a bit older.
Yeah.
It was time for a change. We just thought it was a good time to sell the van at the right price. And, you know,
well, it's like we just said about that. It's difficult to find someone to come up with the money, a reasonable amount of money. A lot of like dealers insult you when you go there.
We were lucky. We got a private buyer. We got a couple of grand less than we wanted for it, but we were happy at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it was a good deal for us. It was a good deal for them.
Yeah,
and I think it was just time. For a change. But it still won't stop us getting out and about. I could actually go and sleep in a folding camper tomorrow. It wouldn't bother me.
No.
Because I just love being outdoors and having a nice time, do a bit of fishing, whatever. So, but it just came about because we're both retired. We're both on limited pensions, state pensions, and a bit of private pension. So you look at your finances, and then you look at your motorhome and you go, well, how much is it realistically costing me before I set off?
Yeah.
And in our case, or in a lot of people's cases, it's costing you nearly £2,000 before you've got it off the drive.
Sure.
You know, you got £700 or £800 insurance, servicing costs, ab checks, and the rest of it that goes with it.
Yeah, well, we mentioned a bit about storage as well. Storage facility.
Well, that was another thing as well, because we lost the storage where we normally keep it indoors, so that was a biggie for us.
Yeah.
And we kept it on the drive for 6 months, and it was really a no-go.
Yeah.
We didn't like it being on the drive. It was vulnerable and all that caper, you know. So we made the decision, decided to sell it.
Well, you've always got that kind of security thing as well. Do you know what I mean? That's another issue. Wherever you park your motorhome, you want to try. You know, we're absolutely try to keep in the most. Not.
Well, as you know, Joff, you can put as many safety features on a motorhome as you want, and if somebody wants to get it,
it's difficult.
It's difficult to pinch it, but they will get it if they want it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. No, we just came up with a realistic, we did a budget and said, look, this is costing us this, and this.
Yeah.
And we made the decision, and to be honest, we're not missing it at the moment.
No, you're having a good time.
It still won't stop us getting out and about.
You're coming down to Cofton, you rented your caravan down here, and he was literally saying that he's driven his car down here really comfortably.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to drive down today and
pull off in the services if you want to use the toilet facilities, stuff like that.
Not be on the narrow lanes with the idiots that you normally don't. Don't give the motorhomes any respect.
People coming to Cofton know what the road's like through Starcross.
Well, it's everywhere you go. People don't give you any respect. And it's just one of them things. And we were just happy. We got a good buyer. He's happy with the motorhome.
Yeah.
And we're happy at the moment.
So 2 hours to Spain on an aeroplane.
2 hours, 20 minutes. The other week it was. Yeah.
It's a long drive. Yeah. We can.
Don't get me wrong. For people who are driving down to Spain, I get it. We were down there the other week, and it's a lovely place to drive. The roads are great and everything, and I totally understand it. And but for us, it just worked out at that point in time, because with having grandkids as well, and a lot of people have got grandkids, so they probably understand that at the end of the day you've got certain responsibilities and you can only do certain things at certain times.
Fine.
And we just thought it was the right time. So.
That's it. I absolutely understand. Like I say, we were talking about it earlier on. I was talking to Caroline about it, and literally saying, in some ways, I take me out off to Ken. You're getting sort of varied. You probably wouldn't have gone to Shoulden last night with a motor, so you'd have literally come straight to Cofton. Yeah. But you've had a nice little experience down on the estuary.
What did do us, Joff, to be honest with you, we had a bad experience with the company that we actually bought the motorhome off.
Yeah.
And we had a small problem. It was only 6 weeks after we bought the van.
Yeah.
And when we were at Cofton, so we called in on the way home, and they basically didn't want to know.
Yeah.
And I said to them, look, we've got 230 miles to drive. I need to know what it is, and they weren't interested. And then we've had a couple of other minor little problems, and a lot of the dealers, motorhomes in this country, are not getting a fair deal.
No.
Some of the dealers or some of the mechanical people are very, very good, and some people really lucky that they've got good mechanics and everything else, but a lot of the dealers are atrocious.
Well, I was actually just saying to Ken about our subscriber Brian, Brian, and just messaged me. I put in a comment actually on one of the videos saying about their friends with the A-Class with the windscreen problem, and they've literally had to again cut their vacation holiday short to come back to England, and they're still got to wait like 8 days or something for it to be sorted in England. And I was just saying about another guy had an AdBlue issue down in Salamanca, and he was looking for recommendations of a garage. People can't look at it for 3 weeks, stuff like that. And I just said to Ken, the experience we had with our with our problems with our van, literally nearly destroyed me. And a lot of people, the pressure. Literally, I was honestly, Ken. The pressure was.
I followed it and fully understand, but it's like a computer system. It's like IT. When everything functions well, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But as soon as it goes wrong, and you get a problem and you want some help and you can't get it, there's nothing more destroying than that. And it destroys your confidence. And I really felt for you the other week, because it's just ridiculous, this day and age.
We're not. I think again, you need good, reliable equipment to do that.
I think as well, though, people are paying 60, 80, 100, 150 grand for a motorhome, which is a hell of a chunk of dough. It's a lot of money, and this country should be helping the buyers out and really looking after them, because it's just getting silly. It's getting silly. And I don't agree with it at all, and I just wish we could do something about it.
That's it, really.
Because you go in the dealers and they're all over you like a rash, and they want you to buy this, and and you go in with good faith and you buy it, and then the minute you make that phone call, bump. And there's no help there whatsoever.
No.
And you get totally ignored.
They do say about like the salesman, and then you go to after sales service, and then there's a bit of a lull. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a.
It's not just.
But it's really strange, because we feel that since we've had this experience, we've just come across so many people that have had similar experiences, and until now it hasn't really come to light before. We've been always a bit sort of focused, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, they've had a problem. There's been but
I mean, I was lucky in a couple of respects when I had a couple of minor problems with my local garage and another garage in Stoke-on-Trent, who were a Fiat main dealer. They were brilliant. They were on the ball, and they helped me out no end, and it wasn't a problem. But the dealer just didn't want to know. And considering it was still under warranty as well, from when I bought it, it was a 12-month-old van. It was 60 odd grand's worth of van. It was a lot of money, and just to totally ignore you and turn you away, and say go find a Fiat deal, just wasn't on. So but it's not just one thing. It's a whole accumulation of things that lead you to making these decisions. So
that's it. I just said to Ken, do you fancy just doing a quick video on this, because I think it's like really valid, and it just shows that you can go on after motorhome life
without a doubt. I mean, I come down yesterday. Got my car's full of fishing tackle. So I'll be fishing on.
So he's got all his fishing gear. He's still coming to Cofton doing his fishing.
That doesn't stop me.
The bar's over there. The restaurant, the bar, bingo.
We had a lovely night at the B&B where we stopped last night in Sheldon.
Absolutely hassle-free. Walk in with your suitcase, walk out again.
Bang, and away you go. It's just horses for courses at the end of the day. I've loved my motorhomes, whatever we've had and where we've been all over the place. I love my trailer tents, I love my folding campers. But it just comes to that point in life where you say, time for a change.
Perfect.
Time for a change, let's do it. So don't, there's anybody out there who's worried about it. I know there's a lot of vans on the sites at the moment, people are trying to sell them because people are not in good health, and I understand all that, but don't get ripped off, guys. Just hang on in there, get yourself a good buyer. And everything's fine.
Excellent.
Everything's fine.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Ken.
No problem.
I'll tell you what, I'm wishing you all the very best in the future travels.
Cheers.
And wherever you end up, and probably
it's normally around you anyway.
Exactly. And we know full well Ken is never going to stop coming to Cofton, because it's just the absolute best place on the planet, really. For you guys come down from Cheshire and Devon.
I'll tell you, today it's October, the sun's shining, we sat outside having a beer.
Exactly. It isn't a bad life, is it?
It's no different, is it?
Okay, well, we'll leave the video there. Ken, thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Drop us a comment, send Ken all the best wishes and all the rest of it. So thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
We'll see you next time.
A few moments later.
So just recently we've been making epilogues on the end of our videos, so we thought it'd be like, we've ended up still at Cofton after that interview with Ken, and we've ended up down here, and we're going to sing happy birthday to someone on the end of this telephone. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Chrissy, happy birthday to you.